All right, we'll start easy stuff, man. We'll talk about
Yeah.
UFC. UFC event last night. Favorite fight of the card. It's a hard one.
It is. I would probably have to say Usman Covington. I think that was the most fun.
Yeah, that one
think
had
the
my
favorite
heart
fight-
going more because
Yeah.
it was like there seemed to be more passion in it, right?
Yeah, or Holloway Volkanovski. I
That was
thought
gonna be my pick.
Yeah, I thought Alex was going to be a problem for him, and he was. I wasn't expecting him to outstrike him. I was expecting him to get in, like just tackle him, outmuscle
Yeah.
him, and get him down.
Which he really couldn't do either. He
Mm-mm.
wasn't able to do that. Yeah, Volkanovski, he had a style of striking of his that's so unique that it's like probably hard to mimic in training and stuff, which made me love it because I was like, man, I identify with that. Like it's not your standard. He had I actually want to watch some of his stuff in slow motion because he had a specific way he was entering the pocket each time, very shelled up, but also throwing.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching him. I've been a fan of his for a while now.
I'm a
Pretty
big fucking
much.
fan now. His attitude's cool as fuck. Like
Yeah.
how chill he is.
Going
There's
into
no
that
nerves.
fight, yeah, that's why I was like, I'm a huge fan of both these guys, but
Yeah.
Mac's been around for forever.
Poor Max didn't take the. You could tell he was fighting to not take it so well because
Yeah.
he did. They asked him. Joe interviews him afterwards. He's like, "That's just how it goes," and he lets out like a prepubescent laugh. It's like, "What was that?" Nervous laughter.
Yeah, we were all just like, okay.
All right, dog. Just do like Kobe did and sprint to the locker room.
Yeah.
He
Dude,
fucking
that was
sprinted there.
entertaining.
I mean, I get it if your jaw's baby broken. I don't get that
I don't-
much. It's not an emergency.
No.
So it's more of his feelings.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're a bitch.
Yeah.
That's that. Oh, I talked a lot of shit, and I couldn't back it up.
Yeah.
That's
That's the problem with talking that much shit.
Yeah.
Like, to where Colby's at is like, now that he's lost, people are going to be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, nobody respects it, man. Yeah, Conor ran into the same problem. Conor McGregor is massive shit talker, and that shit is awesome. Awesome when you're winning. When you ain't winning,
It's rough.
it's a rough life, man. You gotta
Yeah.
live by it, die by it, I guess.
Yeah. But no, Volkanovski was impressive. I was surprised that Holloway didn't check any leg kicks.
It was by the time he probably was thinking about it, it was way too late.
Yeah.
His fucking leg looked like sausage, and then when he switched to southpaw, the other one was looking bad too.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was like Volkanovski had clearly studied his game and was like, oh, okay, here are the holes.
You could
here's
hear
what
it
I
in the
gotta
coaching
do.
too. The coaching was saying like circle to the right, like they had him figured the fuck out.
They're on it. Those coaches out at City Kickboxing.
Yeah, dude. That I thought about it as they're fighting because I didn't know really Volkanovski that well, and just like there aren't many Australian, New Zealand fighters that you dislike. Those guys are fucking awesome. They have a warrior's kind of attitude to them. They'll shit talk, but they shit talk like a smile. Like
Yeah.
they're like they're
It's all kinda tongue in
calling
cheek.
you a bitch, but then also being with their arm around you, kind of thing. You know, like they're that. You know,
Yeah.
and that's just the personality, I guess, of that culture down there. But I love it. Like I don't see many of those fighters from that area that I dislike. It's like man, because they're tough motherfuckers too. So it's weird. It's like being beaten up by the nicest guy in the world type of thing, you know? So I enjoyed everything about his personality before the fight, after the fight, obviously during the fight. Talking shit with him, like, love that dude. And he's humble about it at the same time, like
He's
at his
great.
post-fight, like everything. And to me, he checked all boxes. He was really, really fun.
He's a beast.
What about Nunes? She's getting wrecked for a minute,
She
dog.
was. Dude, that up kick that she got hit with, she just basically fell on top of her.
Why? Fuck, like, we train in MMA all the time. Like, why is she approaching the guard like that? Long legs, okay, you make a mistake early, and she kicked you. Now you know. Like, stop fucking leaning forward. She almost ate it 3 more times towards the end of the fight where she was trying to dive in punches. Like, why aren't you leading with your hips? I don't understand.
I don't either. But, like, Durandame had 0 grappling.
Fucking trash. Had a triangle gifted to her. Had an armbar gifted to her.
Right. But when she was on her back, she was doing absolutely nothing. Not trying to get an underhook and get up.
Stall.
Not trying to
that was her
attack.
ground game.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It shows the gap in women's MMA, unfortunately, still is that. It's, you know, like, Nunes is at a benefit that she's so tough standing, and anybody that can maybe match her on that toughness standing has zero fucking ground game. Because that was basically what that was.
Yeah, her wrestling looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's probably because Joanna May doesn't have a whole lot of it.
Exactly what it is. Because I thought some of her takedowns looked, like she muscled them too much. Like she was set down. It wasn't this smooth thing. And I thought Nunes's ground game looked terrible, considering who she was against. I mean, it looked great against her. Right. But when you think about, like, if she was against somebody who knew there's, like, a Ronda on the ground, she would have got fucking destroyed with that kind of a ground game. It was it was bad. It was just volunteering to go in the close guard, not doing a whole lot of damage from there, leaving huge openings for triangles, sweeps. She was in a position to be butterfly swept for, like, half of a round. Yeah. Just the Duranove didn't know how to fucking do a damn thing. So that's where I looked at it.
Cracks me up. At one point, I think it was Joe Rogan said something about, like, oh, okay, now we're going to see Durandamy work her butterfly guard. Yes. I leaned over to Pat, and I was like, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. He's like, look for her to elevate. She's not elevating. No. She could have. She should have. You had the long fucking legs. Should have elevated. There were times that she should have opened her fucking closed guard when Nunes was standing, trying to stand in the closed guard and pound. Open the closed guard, feet on the hips. Fucking, you got the long legs. Launch her across the cage and stand up. It was just the only strategy on the ground was shell up, reduce damage, wait for the ref to stand you up. That was it. And that's a horrible fucking strategy.
Awful strategy. Because, like, in that case, what if he doesn't?
Right. In which there were some cases exactly happened. I love the little side bets that Joe and fucking DC had. Like, did you hear all that? Were you guys able to hear the commentary?
Some. It was cutting in and out.
They were, Joe was, they were saying, Joe was like, they're going to stand him up again because she doesn't stay so active. And DC's like, no, he's going to let him fight. He's like, bet you $5. So they bet $5 on it. And then after they bet, they're both rooting for the thing. They're like, so Joe starts going, Geronimo, hold her tighter so they can stand him up. And DC's like, no, do the work. It's Joe Rogan $5 is going to be good in my pockets. So DC won that, and then the next round came. They went to the ground again, and Joe goes, double or nothing. Shit was great. Commentary was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
I really like them. I like DC a lot in commentary, and Joe's obviously Joe, so it was good. But yeah, so like all things considered, because Durandamy's ground game is so trash, Nunes should have been way better than she looked, and she looked, I thought, bad on bot. Like if she was against anyone that was a decent grappler on the ground, she would have gotten submitted 3 different times, maybe 4 different times in that fight. But then again, whoever that person was, wouldn't have had a good enough stand up for her either. So she's as complete of a fighter as you're going to get.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So.
But yeah, those were fun. The Uriah Faber fight was tough to watch.
Yeah, Uriah's done, dude. Like, cut this out. Cut it out, Uriah. Go just build a team. Keep building a team. You don't have to lead from the front anymore. Yeah. You've got a history of that shit. You don't need that anymore, so. Yeah.
But even then, for 40, he was moving really good.
Till he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was till he wasn't. And that's, I can be out there training too and look really good until I get caught. And then I'm not, And then it's like, oh, that's right. I'm 40, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, that's what he got. He got a reality check the minute it stopped going to his way.
Yeah. And that guy that he was fighting, that Russian guy, Peter Yan, whatever.
Peter Yan, yep.
Yeah, it was a beast.
Yeah. I have a rule, man. If you have the disproportionate amount of consonants in your name to vowels, I'm not fighting you. Not happening.
Not happening?
Peter didn't have any E. It's like P-E-T-R.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope. As soon as I read that name, I'm like, no, I'm good. Pass. We're not taking this fight. Too many consonants, dog.
And from Russia? Nope.
No. Yeah. That's usually what it means, too. Fucking Eastern Europeans. They don't like vowels. Like, what's up? Yeah. All consonants, man. Fuck you.
Yeah. It was weird, though. He was taking that whole first round just to, like, feel him out, and then...
Yeah, he just kept amping it up.
Yeah, once he figured it out and turned it on, it was like, ooh.
And by the end of the fight... He was still, you could tell he was just getting into his heat of his stuff. Like that wasn't the end of his gas tank either.
Mm-mm.
It was insane.
But yeah, he and actually Volkanovski both came out of Tiger Muay Thai.
Oh, really?
As well. Yeah.
Shit. Well, there's that.
Well, Volkanovski won their their tryouts that they do, like the team tryouts. Mm-hmm. He won one of their scholarships there in 2015 or 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. And then Peter Yan came out of there too.
They got a fucking list of people that come out of that damn place.
Yeah. Dan Hooker came out of there. Same thing, team tryouts.
Yeah.
I think actually the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those guys.
That stuff.
You've never seen their documentaries or anything like that?
No, I haven't. I know people. I see when people that I know go up there to train. That's kind of it. Or like people that I follow go out there to train.
You should watch some of their like. Do you know anything about what they do?
I mean,
like their team tryouts and
no.
Shit
I mean,
like
that? I can assume.
Yeah. So, but it's like for a full year, and then it's everything, all expenses paid, food, lodging, training, everything. But they have like these awesome like mini docs on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And they put them through like hell for 4 days.
Yeah.
3-4 days.
As part of the tryout.
As the tryout. So it'll be like they do this crazy workout at a beach in Thailand, and then later that day they have to do more conditioning, and then they go hit pads and they're sparring.
Yeah.
But there's the one that got this stuff like famous where it's all the like Thai trainers who are all like been doing Muay Thai since they were 5 and all that. It's like everybody else kind of clears out, and then they're like, okay, this is our time, and they do like pad rounds with these guys. They beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, they just are sitting there. It's like sparring, but you're only throwing at pads. But the pads are hitting you back all the time. They're doing stuff like throwing flying knees at these guys, like just beating them up.
Huh. Yeah, I want to say I read about it's in either Fighter's Heart or Fighter's Mind, whatever book that is. And that guy, he trained out there, so he heard some cool stories of that too.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised too at how many guys that you'll see in there that you recognize. Like you'll go back and watch it, and you'll be like, oh, that's Volkanovski. There's Dan Hooker. There's all these like guys from kind of that part of the world that are getting big now from like Australia, New Zealand, that area, and you're like, oh, okay, those guys all came out of this.
Yeah. Okay. It's good origins.
Yeah.
It's the Muay Thai version of like seeing a jiu-jitsu black belt world champion like getting MMA, and you're like, oh shit, I know his origins.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of grappling out there too, though, for a Muay Thai school.
Okay.
They've got what are their names? They're from around here. The Hickman brothers, George and Frank Hickman or whatever. Yeah. They do all their wrestling, so like they live out there full time.
I know like the Limas go out there all the time. Jucal will go out there. I mean, everybody goes out there for Muay Thai mainly, but I'm sure they're getting.
They've got some really gnarly grapplers out there now because they want to run a big MMA team, so they have wrestling coaches, grappling coaches, all that.
That's smart.
Yeah,
they're big enough; they can get away with it.
Huge. The facility's dope. It's a cool spot.
Hell yeah! All right, what else? What else on deck?
Let's see. I don't know. Randy got some butt plugs.
Yeah. So we did a. Well, let's summarize. So we did a white elephant. We had a Christmas party of sorts that involved a white elephant, which is kind of like Secret Santa-ish, but you can steal gifts from other people and some other things. Google that shit, right? And the joke was, because it had to be $30 or less, the gift. The running joke was like everyone was going to bring sexual whatever, like Goofy, here's a dildo, here's some KY jelly, and da, da, da. And it ended up being no one did that. Everyone bought decent gifts, some like mugs, and some like one was like titty ornaments or something for a tree, so it was semi in the world. And then just randomly one is butt plugs
and a flashlight.
There was a flashlight with the butt plugs. A flashlight or a flashlight?
Flashlight.
Okay.
Not a flashlight, but a flashlight.
So someone,
in case the butt plugs get lost. That was the logic there.
Is that what it was? Yeah. I should have had one of those helmet lights so somebody could. Yeah, so that was great. Yeah, somebody got butt plugs. That was pretty funny.
That was
pretty funny.
Yeah, that was solid. Some concerning pictures.
Yeah, some boudoir type photos. Christmas
interesting
boudoir.
Present.
I honestly so I got that photo sent to me. I want to put it on a canvas like that size and put it in here. I think it'd be fucking awesome. I don't know how much it costs or what the process is for something like that,
help
but yes.
With that cost.
And did you see the secondary photo that came with that? That didn't make the cut? Mm-hmm. She was like, "Do you want me to send you that one?" I was like, "No, I don't think I need that."
That's what needs to happen. Is we need to one day replace these and just have one.
Oh, it's fucking That's gonna be a thing. That's definitely got to go on a canvas.
Yeah,
go like right there above the wall. Bam.
It'd be perfect.
Yeah. So that happened. What else?
Yeah, and then other than that, just watching the fights.
Yep, fights were good. Let's see. Let's cover the topics we talked about. So first one, the main one that we were discussing earlier was, we know that for people, and everybody knows people out here like that like get married young.
Yeah.
Right? And just I think society as a whole, we're always in this rush to like, well, you go to high school so you can go to college. Once you're done with college, you should have had a man by now. And if you don't have a man by now, what are you, a lesbian? Are you right?
Right.
Or what are you, gay if you're a dude, right? So it's whatever. They do, because I've dealt with that. I was a late bloomer in high school, and I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19. And I remember like getting questions from my family and stuff like, oh, so are you straight? Or you get? I was like, no, no girls will talk to me. Like, what the fuck you want me to do? But so we as a society do that, right? And it's like, we have this fake order in our head that needs to be high school, college. You find someone you fall in love with, you get it, because you're in love. After a certain time, it's like, well, when are you going to put a ring on it? Then you put a ring on it. When are you going to get married? Then you get married. Then when are you going to buy a house? Then you buy a house. Then when's the first kid? Then you get a kid. When's the second kid? It's like, by the time you're done everyone's fucking rules of how life should be played out, you're ready to die.
Yeah.
Because then when it's kids, then you repeat the cycle when they're old enough and tell them college, house, lover, married, kids, and I want my first grandkid. And now it's a perpetuating cycle, and it's dumb as fuck, number one. Like, just to go by some standard set of rules that shouldn't exist, or that exists only because that's just the way we did it.
Right.
But it starts with the problematic, I think the biggest problematic part, I'd say school is the original problematic part, forcing college on people that, like, oh, let's go get in debt so you can follow these rules and say you check this box of college is bullshit. Well, unless you have a career that needs that, fuck off.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, is most people go into college not knowing what they want to do. And then once they get there, they're just kind of like, okay, I guess I'll do this.
Right.
And then they pick something either that they don't enjoy, just because it makes them a lot of money, and then they spend, their entire adult life. Or isn't practical
at all.
Yeah. Or it's something.
It's an expensive exploratory moment in life, and we just push it on kids. Like, my kids will not get pressure to go to college. I'll let them know the benefits and the flaws and blah blah. And if you have a career that requires it, but you're not getting pressure from me, because some of it's bullshit. I know people with $200,000 college debt, and their degrees don't do shit for them.
Yeah.
So now what? Now I get paid more than you? That doesn't make sense. I'm a fucking high school grad. That's it. So anyways, that all aside, I think that shit's probably where the system first fucks us up. But secondly, where it fucks us up is where we push young people to get married. Yeah. This is no longer fucking 1912, where you should be getting married at 14 years old and shit, whatever, right? Oh, my grandmother was, had her first grandchild at 25 or some bullshit.
Right. Polio's cured.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. We have like central heating and air now. We don't. We talked about this before. Is that like they say the laws are, you can't rent a car till you're 25.
Right.
The laws are that I can't buy cigarettes or fight for my country until I'm 18. I can't buy alcohol or conceal carry a weapon until I'm 21. But hey, you can get married whenever the fuck you want, apparently. And it's so dumb that because we talked about it, like they say scientifically your prefrontal cortex doesn't fully develop till like your mid-20s.
Right, like 25, 26.
And there's not a fucking person out there in this world, unless they're mentally retarded or like have like a learning disorder or whatever, that can tell you at age 30, age 40, they are the same person with the same goals, with the same objectives, with the same even set of rules in their mind that they were at 20. So if you are getting married at 20, fucking stop. Just stop. The type of shit you're into and the type of people you're into at 20 is not going to be the same at 30. So unless, I mean, you could do the whole thing like the meme says, get married in your early 20s so you could be divorced and live a happy life in your mid 30s. Unless you want to do that, maybe just chill the fuck out. Tell mom and dad to fuck off. Tell your family, hey, fuck off. We can date for 10 years for as long as it matters.
Right.
Because why the fuck does all the societal, like, that shit bugs me. And but because we've built that, we meet people to this very day that are like, yeah, we're engaged. Like, what? You're what?
Yeah.
You can't rent even a U-Haul to move into your new house. It has to go under someone else's name.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That shit bugs me, man.
Doesn't make any sense to me either.
And it's personal for me. It bugs me because I was that, right? I mean, I got married super young. And it's, you know, for better, for worse, it's just not advisable. Not saying it's impossible to be successful. They exist. There are successful ones that have started at an early age.
For sure.
But I'm betting there's statistics out there that that heavily lean in the fact that they fail.
Yeah.
Mainly because you are not the same person you were at 20 that you are at 30, 35, 40, and beyond. So why lock yourself into a lifetime commitment at fucking 20? Right. If you look at the grand scale of we live to, say, 80, right?
Which is,
you're locking in the grand scale in the first quarter.
Yeah.
We're not the Atlanta Falcons, dog. We ain't trying to win the first quarter. Just kidding. But yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about 20 years of an 80-year stretch at worst case scenario, right? 80-year stretch. So the very first quarter you're going to make lifelong decisions for? That makes no fucking sense. You don't do it in any other part of your life, but somehow we do it with love, and because society says, like, oh, you're supposed to be in love, and then this, and you can't get a house together until you're married. You can't. Everything around us is built around that. I know religion is it's such an easy knock, and I do it too, because they built the guilt around it. But we fucking are locked toe and step with it as a society, and it bugs me so much, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me, especially when it's like super young. I feel like late 20s, it's better. You're starting to figure yourself out, get established in a career. But I've seen people that it's like right out of high school, barely in college, both of them not working, crazy stuff like that, where it's like, okay, what are we doing?
Yes.
Like, and why?
Yeah, and like, I honestly think there should be like some, I don't know the number, I'll make up a number right now, but there should be some steady rule that says you don't get married till you're 30. Whatever the number is. Maybe it is 30. But I'm telling you what, if you took till the age of 30 to get married, you likely know exactly what you want by then. Right? Pretty much.
I think, and you'll have a better understanding of yourself, because I think that's what people figure out. Like, once they get older, then they're like, oh, maybe this isn't what I wanted. Well, and then they start building that, and then that's when they're like, but I'm tied down to here, and that's where shit just starts spiraling out of control.
Yeah, well, exactly. You lock yourself into shit that you might not be as fully committed to.
Yeah.
The gap between who you are at 30 and who you are at 40 is much more narrow, and the gap between who you are at 30 and who you are at 50 is much more narrow than the gap between 20 and 30. Those are fucking drastically different. Yeah. It's just drastic. Anyone that's been, I mean, you're halfway in the world, right? But I know it just from everyone I've spoken to, and I've lived it myself. Who I am at 30 years old was way fucking different than, not even like, doesn't even seem like the same person of who I was at 20.
Right.
Who I am at 38 right now versus who I was at 30 is a lot closer. They look a little more familiar. 20, not even fucking close.
Yeah. Even for me, like, the difference between me at 18 and me now at 23, vastly different.
Drastically different. And we're talking then
different people.
5 years. So, again, you're making fucking decisions for not only what you want to be in 10 years, but 20, 30, 40 years down the road, that early, when the gaps are so different. Wait till the gaps get closer and more narrow. Yes, you don't have to be the same person at 25 that you are at 30, or 30 that you are at 40.
Sure.
However, those gaps are so much more narrow that it at least resembles somebody who you are. I am a completely different person than I was 20 years ago, and for good reason. I'm not ashamed of that at all. I think if you're not,
It's natural.
There's a waste of 20 years, right? Yeah. So I just I think there's just, and again, I'll fucking knock religion again, because I think that is the backbone of a lot of it, because there's guilt tied to it.
Right.
Because they say, well, you teenagers, you can't fuck until you're married, and you 20-year-olds in college, don't you have sex until you're married. Don't shack up. And it was always this taboo thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just playing house. They're shacking up, and the sin and blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck off, because what you're doing is you're putting pressure on people that says, well, let's just get married then, so we can do it without the guilt.
Right.
Well, cool. Let's make a lifelong decision in the first quarter of life, just
based
so you
off
can
around something that we could do anyways.
Yes.
Just so we please everybody else.
Just so we can appease Grandma at Thanksgiving. Yeah. Right? Fuck you.
I'd rather have Grandma be pissed than, make something
Grandma ain't going to be around in 30 years when you're fucking depressed and you're in therapy and you're miserable and you're tied down and you got legal fees and you've got maybe kids that are fucking up. Like, stop this generational, passing down of this dysfunctional set of rules that were made up by dead people. Like, those people aren't around anymore, but we are somehow still held to this. It really, it bugs me, man, because I'm trapped in this shit too, so I'm trying to find my way through, and then I see people that aren't interested in finding their way through that, and you're like, why aren't you? You're not bugged by the fact that you're just being played like a fucking puppet, and it's insane to me, man. It literally stems from guilt. I mean, I dealt with the same thing. Me and we weren't married at the time. Maybe we were engaged, or girlfriend, boyfriend at the time. Visiting family. We lived together here in Atlanta, but we visited family. When we visited them, because we weren't married, we couldn't stay in the same room. It's like, who the fuck are we fooling right now?
Right.
What are we doing? Oh, this is guilt that we're doing. Because we think things are sin. And people that have belief in how I feel have a problem listening to what to think, right? So how I feel dictates rules, not facts, right? The fact that I'm fucking this person in another state on a regular basis because we live together, all of a sudden goes away because I'm here, because it's so backwards, man. It just, these people are fucking. Your religion, if you're religious and you got kids that are of a kind of adult age, fuck, even worse than that, like teenagers, they're fucking. And what you're doing is you're making them hide it.
Yep.
So that's where abortions happen, all these things, or they're fucking in the ass and doing all these other things because they think there's loopholes.
Right.
That's the fucking thing. That's the biggest kicker with religion right now in my mind, is people that think, oh, we tricked God. We got him. We tricked him.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you didn't. Like, if you really believe in that thing, then you didn't trick anyone.
No.
Those people were fucking there. They're fucking here. If you're just giving hand jobs and blow jobs, that doesn't skirt like, oh, we tricked him. We got one over on old God. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, man.
No.
That's
the,
but this is in a society that also will club and be twerking on a Friday night, Saturday night, and fucking doing everything, and then go to church on Sunday because God only watches us then. He didn't see that last night. He didn't see my Snapchat stories where I got plans for next weekend too, because we pull one over on him, and we're always just looking for these loopholes. And then you say, want to shake a motherfucker and be like, stop the loopholes, stop the guilt tripping, stop the fucking set of bullshit rules that were written by dead people, and just live a normal life that fulfills you, and stop living a guilt-ridden life. The reason we hide shit is because we're guilty about it. But 100%. Then you gotta walk it back and say, well, why am I guilty about it? Because that person says they're gonna judge me, and they said I should be guilty based on these set of rules that are fucking make-believe. All these rules we have in society are make-believe. The fact that you sneeze and I say God bless you, it's a make-believe rule.
Yeah.
If I don't say God bless you, nothing happens to you. You think I'm maybe an asshole or something, or maybe I say God bless you and I expect you to say thank you and you don't. Nothing fucking happens. These are made-up fucking rules. But we have them set in our head that they're just beliefs and they should be this way, and if they're not, we get uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
And it sucks, man. So it affects us on this really small level, but then you take it to something more serious and say, here's a 20-year-old that wants to enjoy and have sex and be sexual with their 20-year-old mate, but they can't because of guilt and because of judgment. And so they want to, so they don't want to deny themselves those desires. So they run off, get married real quick, because then that'll satisfy all the judgmental people around them. And somehow they found a loophole, so now they can fuck at 20 years old. You want to fuck as a 20-year-old? Here's the loophole: get married. Now no one judges you. You can fuck. It's so weird. Sign a paper with the government, and all of a sudden no one judges you for fucking at 20 years old. Oh, you want to fuck at 17? Get mom and dad to sign off on it first. Get married, and you can fuck at 15 if you want. Yeah. It's the weirdest fucking thing, and we as a society act like it's normal just because we're raised in it, we're indoctrinated in it. But the fact that we don't ever pause and say, why are we doing this again? Like, what? Huh? Yeah.
Well, I think it's one of those things where it's like, that's the way it's always been done. But another thing is like, just, to me, it's insane how much people can let the way that, and this is kind of myself included in there, the way that other people look at you, what they'll think, and how that can sometimes shape exactly what you do. Yep. And that's something that I've started to figure out more and more. It's like, oh, like, I'll catch myself doing that now. It's like, am I making this decision because I want to? Or am I thinking about how it's going to come across to, this person, these people over here, and that's something where it's like, I think everybody's in that boat as a society, for the most part.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I mean, it's like we talked about last time, is the whole masks thing, and like, we have a character, people's visions of us, people's identity of us, and how they describe us is who we feel like we got to live up to. So we gotta live up to that. So if you're seen as a good moral person, you can't do immoral things.
Right.
And because of that, you try to do the things just to fulfill the image someone else has had of you, whatever. And it's literally all bullshit. Yeah. All of it. It's like, I keep repeating, man, like, everything matters and nothing matters. It's the most important thing and absolute bullshit. And they have to realize that if you have to give it value, but don't give it so much value that it controls anything.
Right.
And yes, people's impressions of you and your reputation with people matters. But it doesn't matter so much that it matters more than you. And you go to sleep with just fucking you. Yeah. That's it. Fuck what they think. Yeah. If I let what they think be what I also think, then it matters all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But if I can separate those two things, then they don't have to be cohesive. You can think I'm a great person, I can think I'm a piece of shit, or you can think I'm a piece of shit, I can think I'm a great person. Those things don't have to be in sync. And in fact, I don't want them in sync. I don't want, because if they are, then as you change something, I feel like I need to mirror you all of a sudden, and I need to always know that what you see about me is not what I see about me ever. The fact that they might be a coincidence that they line up is cool, but it doesn't mean that we're glued in that.
Right.
Because at no point should anyone else have that control over how I see myself.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I think, like, a lot of people get affected by the way that other people perceive them, because it's, they're trying to make decisions and they're like, oh, okay, well, I want to do this thing, and then they either check themselves, it's like, even though this would be good for me, how is this going to affect me and what I do? And it's insane.
I was just listening to a podcast the other day. It's about a book I'm going to start reading called Atomic Habits. Okay. It's kind of neat. I love like self-help type shit. But anyways,
really?
Yeah, he broke down like in the evolutionary world of the human race, what we're talking about made sense in the survival aspect of things. Okay. So think about back in caveman times or prehistoric times, if we were a part of a tribe and we are not accepted by the tribe, we are therefore outcast. And if you're outcast in that side of society, you die.
Yeah.
You have no longer protecting, no longer, anything. Yeah. You no longer exist in the fucking lineage of human life. So I think that ties us back to this innate piece of us that wants to be accepted in a tribe, because it is a survival thing. It is not that anymore. Like, we have to evolve intellectually. We have evolved everywhere else.
Yeah.
I can be a loner for the rest of my life, and there are people out there that are shut-ins that don't fucking exist beyond online,
which is
because
insane.
We've created a world of convenience that allows for that, and you can survive. I can sit in my couch and not ever leave it. I can make money on my couch. I can fucking pull up DoorDash and whatever, all these Uber Eats, and get food delivered to me. I can get groceries delivered to me. I can get everything I fucking ever want from my couch for the rest of my life, right? So we've evolved as a society. Evolved, I guess, is loosely put, but evolved as a society to where it is no longer necessary to be part of any tribe at all. Mm-hmm. It's not. But we still intellectually we have that want. We have that need. Like I want to be accepted by a group. So even those shut-ins have like tribes that they're a part of in the gaming industry or social media industry that, I'm part of this group. Yeah, fucking Jesus, the worst stuff is 4chan and Reddit or something like that, right? But they're a part of they're still a part of something that scratches that intellectual itch that could be just in our nature or whatever. But it's like, get it, man. I don't want to be oblivious to the fact that it exists, and I get it. But you have to, like, again, you have to give it the respect that it deserves and say it really matters and it's really important, and take all the sting of it off and say it really doesn't matter and it's all bullshit. Yeah. And I think that's a hard paradox to put things in, but it's necessary, man. It's necessary to be like, this means everything to me. This is so important in my life. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it also doesn't mean anything. And everything is everything and everything is nothing at the same time. And it sounds stupid and very hocus pocus, but I think it's important because otherwise you become super obsessive or super disconnected. Yeah. And that's our simplification world that we live in, that we need everything simpler. Make it easier for me. Are you red or are you blue? Or which team are you on? And we do this, and instead it's just like it's more nuance, and it's more like it is super important to me, and it is bullshit. And it's both. And it's okay, and it's being comfortable allowing it to be both and feeling liberated by I don't have to root for either team. I can enjoy the game. Yeah. You know? And that's what's kind of neat. That's like watching Holloway and what's it, Volkanovski, right? Yeah. You can enjoy both of them, and I fucking enjoy that fight because I'm not really rooting for either one. I love both of them as fighters. Me too. Watch Colby Covington and Usman. I fucking hate Colby Covington. Yeah, so I felt my heart doing this, right? So my heart didn't enjoy that fight as much as it enjoyed the other one. So if I follow that to life, I shouldn't do that. Because then I'm putting myself under stress for no fucking reason. Yeah. And it all matters and it's all bullshit. Has to be. Yeah. Has to be. I don't know how we got off that fucking tangent.
I don't know either.
This is very typical in my brain. But don't get married when you're 20.
There you go.
There's your fucking just stop, man. Stop. And anybody that pushes you, tell them to stop. And tell them to take whatever rules that they think they need, because they're doing it to you because it was done to them. Yeah. And, well, that's the way we've always done it, and that's just the way.
And a lot of times, too, it's coming from a place of, like, legitimately wanting the best for you and thinking that this is the best path for you. Which sometimes it is. Yep. Oftentimes it's not, right? Yeah. And it's like...
It's re-educating people. Yeah. It's, somebody I know that was talking about they're the fun police all the time, like at parties. Yeah. So it's kind of like when you're at a party and you guys are all drinking and one person's not, like, man, get a drink. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I don't know that you got an interview the next day or whatever, right? I'm not trying to ruin that for you. I'm just I just want you to have fun with the rest of us. You want to be a part of it, yeah. So that's where that comes from also. 100%. It's them being like the fun and life police. They think they're helping. And it's more, so it's not about take it personal and be like, that guy's an asshole, your mom's a bitch, tell her to stop and get out of your life. It's more about just re-educating them about, look, I get where you're coming from, I get that you want this best for me, but this is what's really best for me is me being happy, the long game of this. Yeah. Chasing the things I want to chase now, knowing they're not maybe going to be the things I want to chase later, and being okay with that. And I need you to be on board with me. And it's the same thing with, like, I got 3 kids, and people talk about, this is definitely like a long time ago talk, but people still talk this way, like, I hope my kid's never gay, because if my kid's gay, they're going to have a miserable life, and and life's just going to be tough on them, and all this shit. And it's like, I don't really care about that. I hope my kid's happy. Yeah. I really want my kids to be really fucking happy. And if that means they're gay, and if that means they're fucking, I don't give a fuck what they're into. Right. I want them happy. That is the fucking bottom line. Yeah. And but that's old thinking shit. They don't mean it bad. They don't mean I hope they're not gay because they're going to be unhappy and miserable. in a way they think that, but they think it, and they're saying it almost out of care. It sounds like a piece of shit place it's coming from, but they're saying like I don't want them to struggle, and I heard that all the time. I got 3 mixed kids. When I'm the first to bring an interracial relationship into my family. My family's like, yeah, we support you, but we don't, we're just worried about the kids, and and they're gonna be picked on and blah blah blah, and they won't have this identity to their culture or your culture, and there's all these, and a lot of it's a lot of dog whistle stuff. Like now, as an older, like I hear it, I'm like, that's some undertone racist shit. However, if I don't take it as personal as that and really dial it and chew it on it. They're saying it out of care,
right?
But it's just misguided care. So I have to come out of the emotional side to be like, you're a fucking racist, and more turn around and be like, let me re-educate you on this. Yeah. And there's more mixed kids probably out there than there are pure kids anymore, right? Of anything, we're a different evolved culture now, and that's an okay thing. Same thing with the gay stuff. Like one of my daughters ends up being a lesbian. I don't care. Like I would re-educate someone that told me, I hope she's a lesbian. Let me re-educate you about how accepting we are as a culture now, and you know what, fuck them, because at the end of the day, I don't care which rules in society they break. I want them fucking happy. That's it. And that's what people are saying when they're pressuring their young family members or whatever to get married young. They just want you happy, but they just need to be re-educated. They're not assholes. They're not out to get you. No. Because it comes from a good place, you feel almost obligated to take that advice.
Yeah, well, that's part of it, is like having that almost that internal filter to be like, okay, this is where it's coming from. This is what they're saying, but this is how it's going to affect me, and kind of being able to weigh that on your own instead of just blindly taking advice. Because I feel like especially young people do that way too much.
And it's hard because it doesn't come from a fellow young person always. It comes from mom or dad or aunt or uncle or whatever.
Yeah, somebody that you might really expect. Someone
from authority. Yeah. And you don't feel at a place that you can educate them on stuff, because then that feels weird, right? Yeah. That fucks up the structure of a society that respect your elders or whatever. So then you just bottle it up, or you see people that just appease to it and just, all right, well, they said I have to, so let's just go do this. I love you anyway. We might as well get married. Yeah. And it's like, that's so short-sighted. And so this really isn't even like, in my mind, when we're talking about this isn't like a PSA to young people, don't get married. No. It's more of a PSA to older people. Stop giving bad advice to young people. Stop pressuring them into some broken rules that you followed. I guarantee you right fucking now, the people that we're talking about, they're in their 20s, their parents, right now, fucking, so they're probably 40-ish, their peers. Go look around all your peers and find all the happy marriages. I'll fucking wait, because it's a short list. Yeah. So let these motherfuckers live a life, get married later, and it's cool. But tell me, show me, in this day and age, marriages that started at a young age, at 20 or something, 10, 13, 15, 20 years later are still happy and still good. Yeah. Yeah, they have fucking shared Facebook accounts. There's your fucking answer, right? It's Tammy and Tom Sue Facebook account.
That's how you know.
And that's how you fucking know.
That's how you know.
So stop, just because you made it work, Sue Mom and Dad, look at your peers. What do you say?
I said, Sue gets around.
Sue, fucking Sue. But you know what I mean? Like, just because Mom and Dad, maybe you guys have a perfect, and a lot of times this is coming from broken families too. Yeah. It's like, come on, you fucking failed, and you're telling me, stop. Let's just stop repeating the cycle. We're doing our young people a disservice, right? Yeah. And I fucking hate that, man. So we need to break cycles. Tony Robbins talks about your habits, are like the ingrains on a record. When you think about old school records, are what plays your song. Like your songs are made of your habits. And he says, like, say there's a bad habit you need to break. You can't just take a key and scratch one line past it, right? Because it'll go, and when it passes, it'll skip, but the song will continue. Your patterns are still there. Your habits are still there. What requires us changing deep-rooted habits is fucking scrubbing the fuck out of it. All the way down it, and now the song is no longer recognizable because the pattern has completely changed. We need radical change generationally. We can't just say, hey, just cut it out. Or like, we need to really face this as a radical thing so it changes fully. Otherwise, it'll just continue. And I say that very pie in the sky because I don't believe it as I'm even saying it that we're even capable of doing that, and that's why we keep doing this. We're playing like we're in the 1950s again. We're in the aughts, and we're in the new aughts of the 20th century, but or 21st century. I don't know, like I fucking hate it, man. I hate when I see us going down just regular patterns and no one just raises above the maze and looks around like, oh, the cheese is right there. Fuck this, right? Like, why are we just when we play it because the people that have played it before are like, yeah, you got to do it. Like I had to do it, you got to do it. It's like, fuck you, man. Fuck you and fuck your rules.
Yeah.
Fucking this shit bugs me, man. You're gonna eat my blood pressure.
I know.
Let me take a deep breath. I need to smoke.
There you go.
I need to smoke weed, I think, or something. I need to develop a habit other than caffeine.
There you go. Yeah.
Fuck, man. God damn it, I'm fired up.
Yeah, that was...
I still am. Like I feel like I still have so much on my chest to get off.
Yeah, you went in.
Fuck, man. Yeah, just I don't know. That shit does bug me though, man. It bugs me that we do that, and it's more than just a small. Like the more I'm talking it through, it's more than just a small thing. Like this is a big thing, and we are fucking ourselves and making people unhappy. It's like that shit didn't work for you for 30 years, but you're gonna turn around and do it to your kids and get them to do it.
Oh yeah.
Why? I sit through traffic to get to the mall or something right now. When I'm gonna call you and be like, hey, yo, you know what you really should do? Take this route. The same shitty one I just took. No, I'm gonna call you and say, yo, dog, that route's fucked. You might want to, right?
Yeah.
Me and Pat take the same way out of the gym to go down 85. He's a couple exits ahead of me, but I'm further. If there's been times where he's gotten on it, he'll send out a message on Slack or maybe directly to me. Like, man, fuck it, 985s is slammed. I wouldn't come here. They must have had an accident, right? That's what we should do as fucking generations. We should be like, that didn't work, guys. Do it differently than we did it. No, instead, what do? We are the guy that's there and be like, yo, fastest traffic ever. You should hop on this quick. And it's like, nope. That we literally we're crabs in a bucket. We're just like, nope, we fucked up, so you got to stay in the bucket with us. You got to stay in the bucket with us. And it sucks, man. I don't like seeing that shit, man. It's fucking so backwards, and it's I don't know, fucking assholes, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Change the subject. I'm gonna keep getting pissed. Burn this fucking place down.
All right. Let's see. Different side note. Have you ever seen Mark Wahlberg's old school workout tapes? They did. This is not his
Marky Mark.
Yeah, when he was Marky Mark.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen his music videos.
No. Not his. Like, for a while, he released some workout instructionals.
Okay, I believe it.
Gold.
It is. I can believe it.
Yeah, I don't think you're quite ready for this.
Hey man, I grew up on Marky Mark.
I know. Yeah, you might be more so than I am. You might just be, oh, this seems perfectly normal. But yeah, here we go.
Well, that already doesn't look good. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, what is this?
Is it porn?
It's in bed, yeah.
Oh, man. Cuz, get up. Yo.
All these styles are back now.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right?
We're gonna go hit it. Come on, let's go. Alright.
Let's go.
Cuz Neil's downstairs. He's making some shakes and stuff. Let's go. Fuck pancakes, the whole 9 yards. Let's go get that pump. Come on, cuz.
Let's go get that pump. I love the fucking pancakes.
What's with all these cousins?
I
You're
know.
from Jersey, bro. Cuz is West Coast. Cuz.
Wait for it.
Love it.
No handshakes in the video. We just lounging. You know,
You just
the biggest
shut that
question
guy
people
down.
ask me is why am I doing a fitness video? I'm a rapper. But
I'm a
I've
rapper.
been doing fitness for a while. I've learned a lot. I
I've
know
learned
that you
a
have
lot.
to learn in order to really key in on the strong points, which is form, focus, and determination. And, I like being in shape. I've accomplished a lot. People always ask me, about running around in my underwear and trying to sell my body, but I think I've accomplished a
Sell
lot.
my body.
I'm proud of, so why not share it with people?
Oh,
The important thing to remember is you're starting where you're at, but there's no stopping you after that. You can start off with the home workout. You can start off with the push-ups. You can start off with
the
just jogging in
push-ups.
place.
So Jersey,
Whatever you
man.
start off,
Or Boston.
Yeah, it's Boston.
On a daily basis, you're gonna have to go
So
on.
Boston.
You're gonna have to go to the next step. The videotape offers that. It's got, the next step. The workouts have the next step. If you start with a light workout, light repetitions, light amount of sets, the next day, you're gonna not feel it as much as you did 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
You can tell some personal trainer wrote this and
He
just say, hey, read this.
Shit. Yeah.
But the main thing to remember,
That's why he hasn't looked away.
Yeah. You can start, and don't try to be something that you're not. Everybody has their own game. I'm never gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and someone's never gonna look like me. Everybody has their own personality, their own person. Be pleased with that. You know what I mean? Everybody's beautiful, man. Go out and get yours.
Go out and get yours. Pow!
Pow!
She's gonna help me out.
I love that.
Demonstrate the spot for everybody at home who needs a spot.
Listen how he's
Look,
talking.
he's like,
The way she holds on to me.
yeah. Is that, what's
it
up,
was his,
girl?
yeah, it was his girl voice.
Yeah. Is that, what's up, girl?
She gonna help me with this spot though.
She's got, like, he's moving his fucking
What's he
knee.
doing?
Last point for one-arm dumbbell row.
He's looking down at her titties.
Yeah.
Bench, hand in front of you, taking the dumbbell stretch all the way down to the ground, pulling up to the side of the chest.
He stared right at her teeth. Zero eye contact.
How to be a gym creeper at home. All right. What he said?
He even acknowledged it. He was just like,
Titties.
2, 3. Squeeze, big stretch.
squeeze.
Squeeze. Finally got to the fun part. You can see a man about to pull some fly honeys.
A lot of fly honeys.
Alright, on 3.
That's one term I wish would come back.
Fly honeys?
Fly honeys.
What's up, Mr. Monkey?
Pow!
I love the
love his pow.
screaming.
We're about to get busy with some fat weights and all that.
Some fat weights and all that.
Remember, you gotta
Oh,
eat
man.
right, train hard. There's realistic goals out
How
there.
did he become a successful actor?
Right?
It's insane, right?
5 Jakes, we out.
Anybody can make it.
Video's over. I'm done working out. I showed you the gym routine. I showed you the home routine. Now, before you see this next scene, you gotta rewind the tape and watch the workouts one more time, because this is the payoff. Me and my assistants, we're gonna mac in the jacuzzi for a minute.
We're gonna mac in a jacuzzi for a minute.
Like always. But remember,
Every
gotta
single
go
one
out
of
there,
them
work hard,
fucked him.
stay focused,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the payoff
Every single one.
might not be 6 fly ladies in a jacuzzi, but it'll be some. Bird is born, we out 5Gs.
Word is bond. Yes.
That was a splash with water.
Word is bond. If this whole thing, his whole bit was culture appropriation.
It's incredible.
Cause word is bond.
Word is bond.
Fucking job. That's who I am.
Yeah, it doesn't get more Boston than that.
Oh jeez, yeah, that and what's his face? The other guy does Boston really well. Matt Damon. Am I saying that?
Oh, yeah. Matt Damon.
Yeah, because Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, right? Yeah, when he's
Yeah.
like, "How you like them apples?"
Oh,
He's
yeah.
very Boston too.
Yeah, but
It's such
dude,
unique.
the pals, like that's one of those things where even while you're making it, I want to know what's going on through his head. Like, no,
me-
this is gonna be good.
What? Yeah.
Pow!
Well, you can
What's
tell
up,
the way
girl?
he's talking. He thinks he's just the cool, and he was
Cool.
then. Back in the that's probably early '90s. He was like a fucking sex appeal guy.
Got
like
all the
insane.
fly
Calvin
honeys.
Klein, all the fly honeys. Word is
All the
bond,
fly
son.
honeys.
Word is bond. Yeah, he's. But you know what I love? I love ad libs like that, like that where it's like, oh, here's the thing, and it goes to the pow.
Yeah.
To me, those are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
That's when I made that one for Dennis when I did the boom roasted in between.
Yeah.
I love little shit like that
Yeah.
because then it's like you're getting the fun out of that, but I love like subtle drop-ins too. Like that's why Family Guy is so humorous to me. It's like, oh, you're watching a storyline, but every now and then they're just
They'll
like, hey,
throw something
here's some
there.
random shit just to make you giggle, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Good.
that though it was like he was taking himself so seriously that's what made it.
Dude, and hearing his voice change at different
Yeah.
times. When
Yeah.
the girl, oh, well, you know, she gonna spot me,
What's
yo.
up, girl? You don't spot me with these fat weights
Oh,
real
them
quick.
big old titties, though.
Dude.
Like, what?
He what? And then the one when they were doing the rows and he gets up and walks past her, he's just like,
Yeah.
at the camera.
He's so, like, there's the old phrase that say young, dumb, and full of cum. That's
him.
what describes him.
Yeah.
Young, dumb, full of, like, he's just fucking dumb as fuck. But he's doing all the right things. You know, it's kind of like
He
when you
made it
saw
work.
Justin Bieber come up. And he always do, oh, I'm just too cool. It's like, oh, you look like a fucking douchebag, but that shit's working, man.
Yeah, it's
made you a billionaire and got you fucking
him.
any woman you ever wanted. So
Right.
what the fuck am I to say?
There
People
you
love
go.
that shit. That's great.
Yeah, dude. There's all sorts of weird workout videos out there that I've come across before.
I'm sure.
That
no,
one
you
was
should
one.
mimic that. Do one like. Here's the thing. Like, I think doing bits like that is fucking hilarious.
That'd be
and
awesome.
especially if it's like if it's you, like it's like he looks back at that and probably doesn't cringe. He's like, dude, that's
You
the
don't think
funniest.
so?
Shit. Maybe he does.
I think he would
because
look
he was
back at
serious
that
then.
and cringe.
But if you did something like that, it's
Oh,
tongue in cheek.
100%.
It's fun as fuck. Like the
Yeah.
any videos that I've done that I'm like joking and I'm goop.
Yeah.
I think it's legendary. It's like, man, it's corny as fuck. That's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah,
To me,
that'd be awesome. That needs to happen.
yeah, it needs to happen. Pow!
Pow! Call everyone fly honeys.
Now I'm in the sauna with my fly honeys, and it spans back, and it's like Sammer and me.
Yeah. Oh, that needs to happen.
Yeah, dude, I think it does. I
Amen.
think what we need to do is just find different ones like that,
Yeah.
and remake them, like the
There's-
karate, hip hop
Move Your
karate.
Body.
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
that I sent you.
yes.
It's like karate.
Yes.
Train your body.
I
And they're all
want to
just
do.
sitting there,
We'll have
oh
to
my
cut this
God.
part out, but I want to do. Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Yeah. The son of the original G.
I would love to take like classics like that
Yes.
and like feel like
Dude,
let's just fucking.
That
do it,
karate
man.
one made my day when I found that. I watched that like probably 10 times.
That's a classic, dude. I've seen that many times before.
Have you?
Yeah, it's really good.
I love that. Especially like, it's just one of those where like, no, they totally thought this was the coolest shit that they've ever
You can
done.
tell, like,
and they're
they-
sitting there like in their pose like karate, train your body, and you're just like,
And like
what?
smoke machines
Yeah,
and shit. And, oh my god.
The one lady when she's like talking about how she rhymes something with martial arts, but she like pauses right before it.
Like
And then she's like something martial arts, but she's like rolling around on the floor like in between boards and shit. You're just like,
So dumb.
what is this? I love that.
Yeah, that's really good. And like I said, I love the ad
Dude,
libs, man.
yeah,
Pow.
and there's some weird ones though too out there, like stuff. A lot of celebrities do some. There's one O.J. Simpson has a workout
Does he?
video
I
that I've
believe it.
seen.
That
But
was the
it's
thing,
post,
dude.
But it's post his
Oh really?
trial shit. Yeah, so he like
Really? Oh shit.
But it's just like him sitting down in a chair. I'll see if I can find it maybe for the next one. But yeah, that's one. Regis Philbin has one.
Yeah, I believe
where
it.
it's literally just him walking. It's literally him. I've seen it. It's him walking
You
in
seen-
a fucking park.
Have you seen the Jazzercise one before?
No.
Or Prancercise? It's called
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the lady that pretends to be a horse.
Fucking no. I think it's just
Where
walking.
she's like walking, but it's like a certain step that she
Maybe.
does with
Yeah,
ankle weights. Yes.
A little gallop that she has.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
She
yeah,
bases
was
it
like a
off
horse.
of a horse.
Oh, what fucking whack jobs out there. But so I know now it's still kind of big market. I guess P90X kind of jumped the shark. They were the final. They were like the last one to do like the major. Them
Yeah,
like,
it was like
Sean
hip-hop
T and all
abs.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
Sean
Yeah.
T.
But he's part of the P90X lineage of all that.
T.
And
Yes.
and so that was kind of the last of the big waves. But man, all through the 80s, all through the 90s,
was the
that's
thing.
what the thing was. It's how you made money in this industry. You put out a workout take. Suzanne Summers is a reference
Yeah.
because she was fucking known for the little Thigh Master thing.
Yeah.
And she put out tapes. I used to have my aunt had a VHS tape. It was in our house. I remember because it was Cindy Crawford had a aerobics tape.
Oh, okay.
Everybody who's anybody put out something like that. It just was
so
man.
much gold. There's one. I'll see if I can find it. Who's the lady from Golden Girls?
Oh Jesus!
Older lady.
Well, they're all older. So
Right.
Talking about Jesus. Fuck! Why can't I remember her name now?
I want to say Doris
The one that's
Day,
still
but
alive?
It's not her. No. It's not Betty White.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Betty.
It's not Betty White.
I don't know all the other names that well.
I don't either. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Golden Girls.
I've seen way more than I could count. Jordanos loves gold, like fascinated by it, and it would be one of those things that if she
All right.
controls the TV that night, it was
Yeah.
always on.
I'm gonna see if I can find this because this one's another great one where it's a workout for old people.
Is it the one that was the sexualized of the?
Yes.
Oh, so her, yeah, I know Blair. Was her name Blair? No.
No.
Is that one a B?
Oh, I'm blanking on it. Oh, it's
Pull that
gonna
shit
drive
up.
me nuts. It's gonna drive me nuts.
Pull that shit up. Pull it up, young Jamie.
Yeah.
Fuck. Now I'm trying to think of just her characters.
You know, Estelle. That's it.
Oh, Estelle?
Yes.
That's not the sexualized one, right? Estelle's
Yes.
the old lady, I thought. The mom.
Estelle Getty. That's who it is.
Oh, that's her real name.
Yeah, that's her real name.
I'm trying to think of her fucking character's name.
But yeah, this is it.
Blanche. Blanche is her name.
Yes.
Blanche!
Congratulations, you figured
Oh,
out
no, this is the mom.
Is it?
Yes, that's the mom.
Yes.
The oldest. She's actually my favorite.
It's a piece of cake.
Oh, she'll be your favorite now.
Hello, I'm Estelle Getty. Between you and me, I wasn't always the fitness goddess you see here today.
She's great.
Took work.
Yeah.
Throughout this program, I've been making jokes.
Doesn't she
about
look
my
lot like
age. But
Judge
one thing
Judy?
that's no joke to me.
A little
is the
bit.
importance of exercise for
Yeah.
senior citizens. Who wants to look like this? As people grow older, they get smaller. If I got any smaller, you'd mistake me for a peanut. Well, here's a peanut who's determined
I honestly
not to
fucking
get any
love her.
smaller.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
The first
you'll
thing to go is the posture.
you'll love this.
The next thing to go is everything else. But here's the good news. We can prevent and even alleviate such things. We gotta keep doing whatever it is we've been doing and do it
Are they
for as
using
long
the
as
Golden
we
Girls
can,
set,
even if we have
too?
to
Looks
force
It looks like it.
I'll make a long story short. Use it or lose it.
Use
I'm
it
gonna
or
show
lose
you
it.
how. And don't start worrying that this is one of those no pain, no gain videos. I hate pain. Come to think of it, who likes pain? But I know what you're thinking. At my age, you don't start to exercise. Wrong. When it comes to physical fitness, I'm no expert, but I've tried it, and believe me, it works. And it'll do the same for you. Don't but me. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
My exercise program
I
was
can't
created
wait
by
for-
Raphael Picot,
Yes.
a qualified trainer and owner of a private fitness center in Los
I
Angeles.
can't wait.
He's very successful. He's also a full-time French hunk.
Full-time French hunk.
French
Wait,
hunk.
there he is.
Looking like Josh
He's a-
Lopez
yeah,
with a
he's
ponytail.
a young dude, walks in with
Raphael is training
look at
other
his
seniors
fucking hand petting her on the shoulder.
to create this safe and effective workout routine for people just like us.
The exercise program improvement. Bone density and posture. It will also help with balance.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Raphael.
this is balance.
Tiger.
This is Tiger. He walks off.
Look at her.
Only 40 months younger. What was I talking about?
What was I
I
talking?
love her,
It's
dude.
a lively pep talk.
Ugh.
Exercise, people. Start now.
That's the
I've
best.
noticed
It's
that if you
like-
participate along with this tape regularly, for just a short time, you'll experience more
Man, I
energy,
wonder what that guy's
find it
doing
easier
now,
to
that
perform
French
daily
guy.
chores
Right?
and feel better and happier
He's probably
about
old as
yourself.
fuck. This
Right.
is probably in the
It's a good idea, of
80s.
course, to wear
Yeah.
comfortable, loose-fitting clothing and workout shoes with
Yeah.
strong support.
I
In
love
order to
this.
familiarize
Alright.
yourself,
She's awesome.
Yeah, here.
raise your arms up high and say out loud, I feel lousy.
What?
Do as many repetitions as is comfortable, depending on the level of flexibility. In the
I never
shoulders,
wanna be this
the range
age.
of the
I want to.
Everyone
When I
has
get to
places
this
in their
point of
bodies where
old,
they're sensitive.
I just want to like
Arthritis or
see how
back
much
problems affect
I can
many
get
of
away
us.
with. If that makes sense. Take a break.
Take a
All right, shake
break.
those arms out because we're gonna do 8 more. Let's go.
That's the video, dude. The video is us doing their
This.
workouts.
Yes.
Like,
Silver sneakers workouts.
yes.
I think a mix.
Yes.
We need to do the Marky Mark one, and we need to do the Silver Sneakers one.
Is that what this is called? Silver sneakers?
That's what they call like workouts for old people.
Really?
Silver
Never heard of
sneakers.
that.
Yeah, my grandma does it. That's how I know.
Yes.
Hey, this is like watching a seniors tennis tournament. Not much
I bet we
action.
can look on Amazon
Yeah.
and find the one they sold.
Oh yeah,
Straight.
That's
sure.
great.
but yeah, that's.
And we gotta wear we gotta dress like them too,
Oh,
like
100%.
tights, the bright tights,
Yeah.
oversized sweatshirt.
That's so great. It's.
Dude, I
But no,
love her.
I can't
absolutely
wait.
love her.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite, her and Betty White too. Actually,
Yeah.
so really the Golden Girls group, because even the other two, I forget their names as well,
Yeah.
but they were you put them in a department of all right, it's old people, it's tongue in cheek
Yeah.
old people comedy, but they're funny as fuck, dude. I love them.
I believe it. But yeah, that's
Icons,
I
man.
saw that and I was like, oh my goodness. When the French guy walks in, he's just like, he's about balance, positivity, and he's barely can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all right, get out of here,
You hunk.
you hunk.
That's a hunk of a man.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to get to that point of old where I just want to see how much crazy shit I can get away with. Like just like saying things. Like I don't even know, just like saying really crazy stuff, and then just everybody will be like write me off because I'm old. Right.
What was it?
Like, because I feel like if you say some stuff now, they're like, oh,
yeah,
like,
of course,
like, and it could be literally anything, but just like super dark shit doesn't matter. Every once in a while, I'll just look at my kids or grandkids or whatever and be like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah. And then just like things like that, like see the reactions. Yeah. Like that's what I want.
I want to be at an age where I can harass like great grandkids. Yeah. And no one will believe them. Like I'll be like, you're a little fucking bitch, and then go tell them like, what? Grandpa said that. Stop it. You're lying again. Look at him like, bitch. That's what I want to be.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I want to see, like I said, like, I want to find that balance of being old enough to where I can start, like, using it to get out of doing things.
Yep.
Like, where it's like Tom Segura has a great bit about
exactly
this.
What I was about to reference.
Where it's like
Segura.
when you're getting yelled at.
Trying to take the trash out. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you taking the trash out? I don't know. I was just trying to take the trash. Stop it. Just go sit down.
It's like,
okay.
Sit down.
Just trying to help.
Yeah. That, I legitimately at some point yelling at somebody to get off my lawn once I'm older is on my bucket list. Yeah. Even if it's somebody that's supposed to be there. Like it's a mailman.
The kid's like, you hired me to mow your lawn. It's just in me. Sorry, kid.
That'd be so great. Pay like a neighbor kid like $20 to mow your lawn, and then you just pretend you have like Alzheimer's or some shit, and come out and be like, "What are you doing? I wanted my grass to grow. Get out of here!"
I just thought of the best prank I'm gonna plan to do one of these days. I'll talk to Andrea. I'm gonna bring my kids to just play around in Pat's lawn.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yes.
That needs to happen.
It's gonna happen.
That needs to happen.
Just go play in his yard and wait.
Just wait.
I'll bring like just jujitsu kids to just train in his front yard. Like, what the fuck? What's going on out there? I gotta talk to Andrea. Just make sure hey, don't have him sick the dogs on my kids or anything crazy.
It's like
and we're good.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna bring the kids. They're not random kids. Don't kill them. Oh, that'd be so good. Great. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
That needs to happen. Old people workout video needs to happen.
Yes.
And Marky Mark needs to happen.
Yeah, that's gotta happen. Pow! There's probably tons. Like you dig deep enough. 80s especially. 80s is the most cringeworthy time of our media world.
Oh yeah.
And there's just so much material there, dude.
It's so great.
So much. It's feathered hair.
That would be so fun to be just like so over the top with that during a video.
Fuck yeah, like just eyeliner
all the creepy.
It's 80s though.
I know it's 80s.
They all rock.
You can wear some eyeliner if you want.
I'll rock some eyeliner. I'm comfortable enough to wear eyeliner. Lipstick too, right? No.
Yeah,
no. Went too far, Sean.
Show up in a workout bra, like, all right, let's do this. Right?
Like a 2-piece bikini, like, hey, I'm your assistant. Remember we talked about this.
Like, no,
you're gonna be staring at my titties while we're doing lawnmower rolls.
Okay, no. Now that needs to happen. That'll make that so much better.
No, it won't.
Be like,
that will not
play like the side-by-side video, but it's like you just show like we at one point lifting. You're like, "What's up, guys?" It pans over here.
Yeah, it just gotta zoom in on you, and you're like, them titties though. And then it scans over. It's like just a fat guy. Or like, damn, my brain's so fucking weird. Or it's like an old dog that's a female that has saggy them titties though, and it's like
after they've already had puppies, they're all like.
I don't know why my fucking brain went there.
Well, yeah, but you would have fun. Like,
them nipples.
That bitch got some titties.
Yeah, look at that bitch's titties. Yes, look at that bitch's titties.
All right, this is happening. That needs to happen.
God damn, that's hilarious.
Dude, and then what we gotta do is we gotta get an old lady. Like somebody's grandma, one of our grandmas or something, do like the Estelle thing and get Jelani to be the French, but try and get Jelani to talk in a French accent.
And to be on that level too where they zoom in on her face and it's just his pecs and his arms.
Yeah, and his hand on her shoulder. Like on her shoulder.
And make it weird too. He just starts massaging her. He goes up her shirt to massage her. Starts messing with her ear, like just starts. She's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so.
I don't think we'll get somebody old to be able to do that for us.
No.
I can think of one actually. Probably not. I wouldn't ask.
No.
They have a collection of things.
Yeah. Maybe.
And dildos and stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I was surprised that White Elephant Exchange wasn't just the dildo swap.
That's what I thought. I
figured it was going to be.
That's totally what I thought it was going to be. And I'm actually glad I didn't go get a gift because I was going to do a half-ass gift. Yeah. And then I would have felt like shit. Yeah. Like, I'd rather... I think that was my decision. I'd rather just not than half do it. I'm either going to go or not. So I decided not.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I'm now just picturing that video. Jelani trying to talk in a French accent. Oh, it's wonderful.
Or CT. Get like CT. Like... CT might have better acting. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Jelani does.
Maybe.
Jelani's probably got it in him.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That'd be so great. But yeah, Silver Sneakers class is a real thing.
Silver Sneakers.
My grandma actually goes to it. It's a bunch of people in their 60s and 70s.
Sounds like an old gang. Like, we sneak around. Like, we're still with sneakers.
Kind of is.
They probably are.
Yeah.
They're fucking...
It's a very, like...
I don't ever want to be that age. Like, not that number, but that age where I have to do old shit with old people. Like, I couldn't see like being like Trey and like some of the... He's not old, but like Greg and Colbreth, I guess, from the 50s. I want to be that.
Yeah.
I want to be trying to hang with young motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If I'm only working out where other old people work out, I'm judging myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, fuck,
Well, it's one of those where you look around and you're like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, I've let myself go for the past 40 years.
That's really what it is.
And now I can't do the shit that I want to do, so I've got to do like shit that's
do this thing to fight off death.
Right.
All I'm is fighting off rigor mortis.
It's so depressing.
So it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to ever be that age. Whatever that age is, I don't want to be it.
No. I want to be like that level of old. Like I always say, like my great grandpa died, I think, in like the perfect way. He lived on like
with two women?
No.
Oh, that's the perfect way.
Oh, so. That is the perfect way. But barring any ladies, if you're gonna die by yourself,
yes,
I think this is how you should go. Especially if you're in your mid 90s, right? He lived to like 93, 94.
Yep.
Right. But lived by himself, out in Ohio, right? Giant 120-acre farm, by himself. Like took care of the whole thing on his own. Did his thing. The way that he died, he had this creek that used to run through his property. And the tree fell over his creek. And so he went out there and he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to cut this tree up. Cuts up this entire tree, stacks all the firewood up, does his thing, puts his tools away, lays down on the grass for a nap, and just dies.
It's pretty fucking peaceful.
That's really peaceful.
You roll credits on a movie when that happens.
But yeah,
right?
but then, yeah. And then, like, somebody found him, like, later that day.
Yeah.
But it was just like, he had his, like, hat over his eyes, or on his chest, like, everything just...
Damn.
Peacefully.
I think he was
had a
killed,
heart attack.
and that's set up that way.
Maybe,
he was murdered. And then they were like, "Oh, we got to keep chopping this wood.
Yeah,
keep a storyline going."
I hope.
Yeah,
I hope not.
Oh, no. You stopped that a little short.
Yeah,
I was like, "You hope?"
I hope. Right. Yeah, finally.
Hope they killed him.
But no, I think that's like
really
the most.
Cool.
That's the most badass way to die. I think like being a 90-year-old man, having like still being in the shape to be able to go out, chop a fucking tree. Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, this little sapling. Like, it was. It took him all day.
And like whatever the death part of it was trying to keep creeping up on him earlier.
Right.
And he was like, I'm finishing the job. And he finished the job, putting away my tools. Yeah. All right, now I'll rest.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That is cool. Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's death, but whatever.
But it's, it's kind of
like,
90,
yeah.
If you're going to go out
what other options 95, you got? Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, just the fact that he was able to live by himself at 90-something.
Yeah.
Take care of, like I said, almost like 100 acres of land by himself. Like, he did all that shit. Everything.
Yeah, man. The more I think about it, too, is that I feel like I'm afraid, not afraid, but I'm scared of being the age where you can't help yourself. Like, it's an inevitable thing. I'm so scared of it. Like, it's got me financially wanting to save up for stem cells and, like, live in this world that doesn't.
But that's what I'm saying is I think if you're active enough, like, I think he's a great example of that.
It's true.
Where he was super active. True. Always doing
to the very end.
To the very end.
That's a good point.
And
that's that's the ideal. Be active to the very end.
That's
the minute
the goal
it's
for me.
not active, man, fucking shoot me, motherfucker.
Right.
Like this is like, oh, you're telling me like I couldn't do it. I couldn't be.
But I think
stagnant.
it's people accept that. They accept the fact that they're like, oh, okay, I'm getting to this point where I'm old. I can't do anything. But it's the same way, like, you see those people in life. Like, they're those older people. They'll still come in, get after it. They're active. They're doing their thing. They're still on top of it. And then the ones that just kind of accept it and let themselves get old.
And you know what?
That's no quality of life.
It has zero to do with them being old. It's people.
All
it's yeah. So we see it in young people too. They come. You either find an excuse, you find a way.
Right.
The world is jam packed full of people that find an excuse.
Yep.
And there are some that find a way. And the ones that find a way, they find a way in the youth, but they also find a way in old age.
Yeah.
So it's
That's why, like, we might have to cut this part out, but that's why, like, whenever I see, like, somebody that's overweight, that's instantly what I think.
Yeah.
Like, it's like it's probably a flaw, but an instant, like, snap judgment that I'll make is I'll guess somebody's work ethic, their level of, like, discipline that they have, things like that. Even in something like that boxing fight that happened not long ago, like Andy Ruiz and Joshua.
Yeah.
Like, in the off time, Joshua lost. He didn't come back looking all pudgy. He lost weight.
Yep.
He was hitting, strength and conditioning more.
Did he win the rematch?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Working more boxing training. He
I don't
came
like
in more in shape.
Crazy, out of shape people win stuff.
Well, that was the thing, is Joshua lost. He came back, and he was like, all right, I didn't do enough boxing training. I focused on getting too muscular. I'm going to really hone in. But he was focused. Yeah. Andy Ruiz came in like 10 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
There's discipline.
Yeah, it's habits, it's discipline. You are an accumulation of the things you do and the things you think.
Yeah.
That's it. You're nothing more than that and nothing less. So what you produce physically, emotionally, financially, like my bank account is a result of the habits that I have, my spending habits.
Yeah.
Your body is a result of your work habits, your workout habits, or work ethic habits, and your eating habits.
Yeah.
That's it. So to act like, like that's the whole, I get it. We don't want to shame people. I don't want anybody fucking killing themselves, whatever. But the body acceptance movement, is just like with every movement, always overshoots the target. I get the target, but you don't overshoot it and say, everything is fat is healthy. No, it's actually not all healthy. Some of it's really not.
Yeah.
And the more you keep saying that, the more you're allowing people to deny the fact that your habits are incredibly unhealthy. Right. Your body is a result of your fucking habits. I can't say don't shame. Like, I can't be at the fucking grocery store, my card get declined, and be like, they're shaming my bank account.
Right.
No, my card got declined because of my spending habits. Think about it, right?
No, it's
logically, it's in the same logical consistency.
Well, yeah, I think people blur the lines from, again, it's like one of those things that comes from a good place where it's like, oh, like we need to, support people that are fat, out of shape, whatever. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But you should also be that person in the ear that's like, hey, you have potential to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And this isn't it. Or maybe it is, but figure it out.
But yeah,
right? Like that, I have some people that, like, I've actively told that to. Like I have a younger brother that I know could push himself more, could do things more, could take better care of himself.
Yep.
I want him to do that, not because I'm not shaming him, but I'm like pushing him because it's like, hey, I want you to find kind of what I found. Like, I've been pushing him to do jiu-jitsu, just something to get like a little more active, to be productive. To start. Yeah,
this is the equivalent of, we talked about this earlier when I was going off this fucking tangent about marriage and whatever.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of when I said the example of, if I get on the interstate right now and I know you're heading that way and I see bad traffic, I'm gonna let you know, hey, don't go this way, right?
Or if
our
you find
society
the way,
problem is that the problem in the marriage aspect or the whatever and is that I would be stuck in bad traffic and either not tell you or tell you to come. However, if I ran into it but found a way around, I'm going to let you know, like, dude, here's take satellite, go to south. Yeah. Don't take the interstate, take this side road. And I'm going to give you an update because I want better for you based on something I've proven to be better.
Yeah.
So, because my brain always thinks like, hey, don't be a hypocrite. You have to be logically consistent on these things. And I think this is a consistency. Yes, we should reach back, not to pull people down. Hey, marriage didn't work, this and that. These early things didn't work. But yes, if you find a way that works, you should always be they always say don't look down on people unless you're trying to help them up. that's the same. So I think that's exactly what you're talking about. You're coming from as well, and that is that. Look, I found this way. I found the way that it works.
Yeah.
Let me like you. This can help you.
Right.
You know. So yes, it comes from a place of wanting to help, but it's also because you've proven a successful path.
Right.
If I can prove success, I want to repeat it with as many people as possible.
100%.
If I can't, if I found failure, I don't want to repeat that. Like, so people just want to just repeat. No.
Yeah.
Failure, keep you like share your experience and just be like, look, don't fuck it up like I did.
Yeah.
But success, man, why wouldn't you? So that's why you see people that train a lot. We become like televangelists a little bit. Like we're like, man, we've seen the light. It's just like religious people do too, right? I felt this thing, and I want you to feel it too. That's why I don't, as much as I don't like religious shit, I don't judge when they do that because I get it. You feel this positivity thing, and you just want to spread it with people. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things too where it's like I want you to, to come in and at least try it, and then if you find out like, hey, I tried it, this isn't the path for me, I'm not going to be like, man, fuck him,
Right.
Like it's one of those things where it's like if I see like you came in, you tried this path, and you're like, you know what, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Maybe like for somebody like that, like maybe P90X is your thing.
Right.
You never know, but just there is a thing. What drives me nuts is not looking for it.
Yeah,
I think there's a difference.
I think it's like with people with fucking money, man. I think that's the thing. Like if we're talking body metrics and people being fat, not fat, too skinny, this and that, we start getting to feelings about it. Like right now, as we discuss it, people could probably be listening and they're thinking of their feelings about this stuff. So let's take that completely off the table and let's put this subject into money.
Yeah.
If I come to you and I'm always broke, maybe I like living broke. Maybe I like living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And you could be like, dude, if that's how you want to live, that's cool. But we're going on this vacation and you said you can't afford it, or we're at this meal and whatever. Now you can't be part of the thing, right? So the minute I either bitch about it, and some people that are fat or out of shape don't bitch about it. And that's whatever, on you, man. But as a friend, you would be like, look, Sean, this other, like, did you ask for more hours at your job? Maybe you didn't need that new phone. Maybe you didn't, hey, stop drinking Starbucks every day so that you have some money to come out with us on Saturday, right? Or a save,
or you're going
out
every Friday and Saturday instead of putting away money.
Yeah, and it's like,
that's the thing too.
Yeah, your car's broken, but or people that say they can't afford the gym, right? But you go out 3 times a week.
Right.
You have to prioritize what you put into things, into your bank account, and take out of your bank account, because if not, it will be an unhealthy fucking bank account. And you won't have a place to stay, you won't have enough money for gas, you'll be eating fucking top ramen, you'll be bumming off your friends, trying to live in people's fucking houses, and you know what I mean? Like trying to sleep, and you become a burden on everyone else.